Hey, this is George G. Welcome to George G's Room of Rock. How's everyone doing out there today? Hope you're enjoying the weather and having a good week at work or whenever you're watching this. So, we're going to do a very strange video, one I thought about doing, because in my mind, who were the two biggest metal bands, hard rock bands in the 80s, early 80s? Motley Crue and Metallica. Now, before you guys scoff at, oh, Motley Crue's not metal, well, they were considered metal back then. So if you grew up in the 80s, Motley Crue was considered metal. They were hair metal, but they were glam metal, but they were still metal. And Metallica, of course, was thrash metal, but they were still metal. We called everything metal. Things were not like so cut and dry as they do that. This was all metal to us. So I decided to do a little comparison about their careers, their first 6 albums, how some of the similarities. Now, of course, their music's not similar. They're in different genres, but they were both from basically from L.A. Both started in L.A. Well, Motley Crue is basically in Hollywood, but still LA kind of scene in there. So we'll start off here comparing each album to album. Motley Crue's first album, Too Fast for Love, came out in 1981. It was on Leather Records, which was their own label, self-produced, at least according to what it says. And their biggest song on here was Live Wire, and they still play Live Wire to this day. Also, bigger songs on here, of course, Too Fast for Love, On With the Shell, Piece of Your Action. Mostly it's Live Wire. That was their big one there. But again, self-produced. Raw sounding, punky, really good album. Really put them on the map for this kind of music. Now, on the other hand, you have Metallica, which one came on the Megaforce Records, Kill Them All. And their biggest song that they always play, even now to this day, is Seek and Destroy. Just the one they always play. They do play Hit the Lights, Four Horsemen, and they'll play other songs, Jump in the Fire, Whiplash, things like that. But really, it's Seek and Destroy, their biggest one there. Produced by Metallica and Mark Whittaker. So, again, similarities. Well, they both produced, Motley Crue basically produced this, as they said, and Metallica helped produce their first album. So there's a similarity there. And after they both came out, they both went on to go on to Elektra Records. So both the bands were on Elektra Records. There's a kind of similarity right there. Two big bands, Motley Crue, Metallica, both on, on a major label, and the same label too, which is kind of crazy, but that's the way it was. Then you get to Motley Crue's second album, which is probably their metal album, the real true metal album, Shout at the Devil, which came out in 1983, produced by Tom Werman, who produced a lot of bands like Twisted Sister and a whole bunch of bands of the 80s. But this one, huge album. The biggest song, their signature song, one of their signature songs is "Looks to Kill." Of course, they did Shout at the Devil and Too Fast for Love, Too Young to Fall in Love, and then Red Hot was pretty popular too, but it was a huge album, but still play Looks to Kill, one of the biggest songs they had. And, so did and Shout at the Devil. So, two of the major songs. And then you have Metallica comes out with theirs in 84, produced by Fleming Rasmussen. And the biggest song they still play to this day is Creeping Death. Always play Creeping Death. I mean, they'll still play, of course, For Whom the Bell Tolls, too. There's another one that's pretty popular. And Ride the Lightning. And, they'll play other songs too, but those are the major ones. Really, the major ones are really Creeping Death, and for this one, Looks to Kill. So, you get two major albums there, and this is considered Motley Crue's best album. And by some, this is considered Metallica's best album, too. The other ones obviously have an argument for that, but a lot of people, these two albums are pretty huge. So, again, pretty good for, pretty comparison there. And then Tom Werman for this one. Fleming Rasmussen for this one. And, there's comes the comparison coming up. So we get to Motley Crue's, maybe one of the weaker albums, but this one came out in 85, and you have Theater of Pain. And again, Tom Werman producing this one. It's the second time. Biggest song, Home Sweet Home. They play it all the time. They'll play Smoking the Poison sometimes, maybe Louder Than Hell. Mostly it's Smoking the Poison. Mostly it's Home Sweet Home. That's their signature song. And this is really it. That's probably their biggest song is Home Sweet Home. Maybe not their best album, but still, it sold a lot of copies. And that one those two songs, especially Home Sweet Home, brought them to the top of the market there. Metallica comes out in 86 with Master of Puppets. Again, this one was people's favorite. Now, I can't compare them to that together because this one's way better than this album. But Master of Puppets' signature song, still play it to this day. And they'll still play Welcome Home Sanitarium. They'll play Orion and Damage Incorporated, but really it's Master of Puppets. That's your signature song. Home Sweet Home, signature song. This one, produced by Fleming Rasmussen. So, again, second time for Rasmussen, second time for Tom Werman for this one. They all use the same producer at the time. So, that worked that way. Again, we get 87 comes around. And you have Girls, Girls, Girls come out. Again, produced by Tom Werman. Third time for Tom Werman. So, he did Shout at the Devil, Theater Pain, Girls, Girls, Girls. 3 times. Same producer. Here's the comparison there. Biggest song here, Wild Side, Girls, Girls, Girls. Wild Side still played to this day. Huge song, maybe like a huge album, but still huge. Metallica, after the untimely death of Cliff Burton, rest in peace to him, of course. You come out with, in 88, Justice for All, with new bassist Jason Newsted. Now this one, their famous song is One. Not as famous as Wild Side, but still, it's a huge song for them. One, with their first video, too. And they still play Blackened. You still hear that on like Sirius Radio all the time. Other songs too, but really, it's really One is the major one for this one. We brought them on the map. Again, produced by Metallica with Fleming Rasmussen. So again, same producer again, third time. 3 times Tom Werman, 3 times the same producer, 3 times in a row. So that's kind of the weird comparison. Like I said, it's going to be a weird video here. So anyway, biggest song here, and a big song for them here, Wild Side from Motley Crue. So there's that. Then we get to 1989, Dr. Feelgood. This time produced by Bob Rock. Big time, producer there. Biggest song here, well, Dr. Feelgood and Kickstart My Heart. Still, both 2 songs still played to this day. Huge album, greatly produced, and it's really done well, and that's why I think it did so well. Really great album for Motley Crue here. And of course, then in 92, is it 91, 92? 92, I believe, right? If I could read it, I'd know. 91 is the Black Album from Metallica. Huge album, again, produced by Bob Rock, with the help from Hetfield and Ulrich, but mostly Bob Rock. He did most of it. Enter Sandman, huge song, still played to this day. Saber True, again, played all the time. And of course, you had The Unforgiven, and of course, the ballad, Nothing Else Matters. This one, of course, they had Without You, another ballad they put on there. So yeah, but actually two rockers and a ballad. This one has a rocker, or a metal rocker, kind of a half a rocker, and then like a ballad, with their first really ballad on this one. So they pushed the ballad for this, it didn't work. The ballad worked on this one. But again, this both produced by Bob Rock, because I think Metallica heard this one, or heard the production on it for something. Some people, they like that sound, they wanted that for this album, and he kind of pushed them into that kind of more commercial from Metallica. So there's a comparison there. Used the same producer. So there we go there. Then we get to the final 2 here. I'm trying to remember what year this was. This was hold on, make the right year. Okay, I got it. This was 94, the Motley Crue self-titled album. Again, produced by Bob Rock. Metallica Load, produced by Bob Rock. Now, differences. Vince is gone from Motley. He put out basically a very different kind of Motley album. Bob Rock, he held the reins for this one and made it different. Got John Corabi on vocals. Does a different job for the band. And the big one here was Hooligan's Holiday, but they released it as a single. Misunderstood, the ballad, and Smoke the Sky. Excellent rocker. But different than they did before. Very different. Bob Rock produced this one for Load. Biggest song on here, well, Until It Sleeps, King Nothing, Hero of the Day. And Ain't My Bitches produced it. It was a good one too. But really, I think it's mostly King Nothing and Hero of the Day. So very different from Metallica. This is more of a hard rock album than not really, maybe some metal in it, but not too metallic. But Bob Rock changed the sound from Motley here. Bob Rock changed the sound from Metallica here. So there's the comparisons for the band there. So very different types of bands, but they all went, and same producer twice. They both did it, and the second time the producer, Bob Rock, changed the album, changed Motley Crue sound, changed Metallica sound. And this is a weird comparison, and I admit this is a weird video. But I thought about this because they really were the 2 biggest bands. Motley Crue went on to do other albums, got Vince back. They did different kinds of stuff. Metallica did different stuff. Jason's out, and Rob Trujillo is in the band then, and they did different stuff. And they went on with their careers. Now, Metallica, of course, got huger, and they were probably the biggest metal band in the world. And Motley Crue just kind of, you know, they were still big enough, but they were kind of up and down, mostly down. But different kind of stuff. The whole glam thing kind of destroyed their kind of career, but I mean, the whole grunge thing destroyed the glam career. But not for Metallica. Everything changed there. But to me, that's their my little comparison to Motley and Metallica. It's a strange one to do together. But I don't know why I thought of that one. I guess because you always heard about the Motley Crue and Metallica in the '80s and how they're really, like I said, comparison. The music is not the same, but the way they brought up, they had some similarities. Same producer for 3 albums. Same producer for second, third, and fourth album. Same producer. Second, third, and fourth album. Same producer. Fifth and sixth albums for both bands. Same producer. Bob Rock and Bob Rock, the same producer together. So that's a similarity. I thought that was kind of a strange, different thing to show. I mean, this is my thoughts on this. So this doesn't mean anything, but anyway, what do you guys think? The video. Do you think it was stupid? Maybe it was, but if you enjoyed it, let me know. It's fun to do. I just like do different things like on the channel, make it a little more interesting. Maybe get you guys talking about it. So anyway, that's my video. Hope you liked it. If you like what you see here, please like, subscribe, comment. Love hearing from you. And we'll see you next time. Keep rocking metal alive. Catch you easy.